Hello, Internet. How are you doing? It's time for sprints. It's Wednesday. How the heck is everybody? Yeah. Hi. I'm gonna give everyone a hot second just for their computers to refresh, but it's Wednesday and it's time for sprints. How's everybody doing? It's almost the end of January, thank God. It felt like January was 800 days long. But we made it. It's almost over. January was rough this year. Like so far, 2025 is a 0 out of 10, but I'm hoping to improve the score in February. We'll see. Anyway, hi everybody. It's time for sprints. What's everybody reading today? I have an ebook slash audiobook combo, like I do, and I've been reading this series by Juliet Cross. The first one was like Wolf Gone Wild. The second one is like Don't Hex and Drive, I think. Um, yeah, I'm just addicted to it now. I've read the first two books. It's a 6-book series. I started book 3 today. I'm just binging it because why not? I've got nothing to lose at this point. So I'm just kind of digging in and enjoying some paranormal romances, you know? There are like 3 more books and a novella to go in the series, so we shall see. But yeah, I've just been knocking those back, and they've been fun. And like, I want to read things I like. I don't want to get into like this slumpy thing that I was in all last year because I kept reading shit I didn't care about. I just want to read fun stuff. So yeah, I've been sticking with my paranormal romance because it's been fun. This is like witches and demons and vampires and werewolves and stuff. And I like the lore that she has created for it. It takes place in New Orleans. I like the she's changed some of like the lore and stuff with like vampires and everything too, which is kind of like how I like to think about them. So it's matching like my ideas. So far I am enjoying it. I mean, I've already binged the first 2 books of the series. Like book 1, I read it all in one sitting. I couldn't put it down. And then book 2, I read over 2 days because I was like, it's not healthy to just binge a book for like 4 hours. Why don't I like do 2 hours on 2 days? So I did that and read it. And now I just started book 3 this afternoon because I was doing a little workout of the treadmill. So I was like, all right, let's listen for a little bit. I listened for like 20 minutes, read 29 pages. So far, so good. Hey, Molly, reading What the River Knows. Very cool. I have heard of it, but I don't really know what it's about. I hope you're liking it. Well, thank you, Michael Morbius, forever. I appreciate that. That's what the people come for. Is the Anne Rice content. We shall see. I have a few more books to review as well. There's one series, actually, I have it right here, which I should be reading today, but instead I'm not because I have this and this, the sequel. So I have both of these I need to read. And then a bunch of standalones. I think like 5 standalones. So I have 7 more Anne Rice books, I think. We'll see. There's certain series I'm not going to be reading because I can't bring myself to do it. But ta-da! I'll read a bunch more and we'll see what's going on with it. Hey, Jason. It's not about speed or anything. It's just read at your own pace. You don't have to read any faster. My trick is that I like to read along with an audiobook because if I'm not reading, basically it's really difficult for me to read just by itself because ADHD. I need other stimulus going on to keep me focused. So if I have something in my ears, attracting all of my attention and my eyes are focused on a page and I'm reading along with the audiobook, I tend to go really fast. Like I'm listening usually at like 3 speed because that feels like a comfortable reading speed for me, which, gets books done quickly. Like if it's a 12-hour audiobook, I'm getting it done in 4 because I'm reading at 3 times the speed. That's kind of my trick because it works for me, and I have reading comprehension, so I think it's the ticket. It's all about audiobook for me. But yeah, I'm reading paranormal romances. I just want something fun and light and smutty and funny. Like just give me that because 2025 has been a shit show and it's hard to like wake up every day and wonder what fresh hell am I waking up to now. So it's nice just to have a comfort book where I'm just like, yeah, this witch and this werewolf, they're totally gonna bang the bejesus out of each other, and I'm here for it. So that's how I'm living my life at the moment. I've just been enjoying like paranormal romances, like fluffy rom-coms. I want those kind of books. I will eventually read other things, but for right now, I've been like in that mode. So, yeah, that's basically it. Also, I have new headphones that I'm pretty excited about. I like them a lot. They're like over ear. They might be on ear, and my ears are just small, but either way, they fit good. So I got them for Christmas, and I finally started using them. Hey, DNFing so many books. Good. Well, I mean that in the good way. If you don't like a book, don't read it. Because the thing about books is that there's always more books. So I am a big supporter of DNFing shit you don't like. If you don't like it, move on. Like I am not bothered that I don't know the end of the story if it's a story I don't care about. These people are fictional. So, if you don't like them, DNF them. Thank you next, as the kids say. Do they? I don't know. Maybe I'm an old. But yeah. I did that last year. I DNF'd so many things because I was just going year of vibes, and I was like, if I'm not vibing with it, it is gone. I don't want to deal with it. So yeah, instead I'm just over here reading books I like. So far, January has been a series of bangers. Like I haven't hated anything I've read. I think if I'm going to rate something the lowest, it was Picnic and Hanging Rock, which is technically like a modern classic. But I had to read it for Blades and Bodice Rippers book club. Didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It just is. I'm happy I read it as a piece of cultural material. It's been out for a while. I can say I've read it. So I'm accomplished in that regard. And I didn't. Yeah, I'm indifferent to it, I guess is the way to put it. Like it doesn't make me angry. It doesn't make me happy. I'm like, okay, I read a classic. Good for me. Anything, I just feel accomplished. But anywho, hi. So, Molly, you're reading What the River Knows. Jason, Howling Dark. Anyone else want to say what they're reading? Or if you're just hanging out and doing something, you could just say what you're up to. Because these are reading sprints, but really it's just get shit done sprints. So, whatever you want to be working on. But yeah, hi, everybody. I think I'm going to do a little reading. I have my other laptop here as well. Like I'm streaming here, and then I have my other laptop because I have a lot of other work to do for my regular work job. So I'm like, I might get ahead on some stuff just while I'm listening to this book. So that's the plan. Hey, bookmark. Oh my gosh, a dog. Sorry, I get so excited when I see dogs in like profile pictures. The Parable of Talents. Okay. Hope you're enjoying. Anyway, why don't we do a sprint? I'm feeling like in a reading mode, and I haven't like divorced myself from like that brain set yet. I don't know if those are any words. We should just do a sprint because I'm not making any sense. All right, let me bring up Miles, our mascot duck friend extraordinaire. There he is, everybody. Miles. All right, everybody, let's do a 30-minute starting now. Hello, everybody. Gently coming back from our sprint. How did it go? For everyone who just joined us while we were in sprints, I am reading Witches Get Stitches by Juliet Cross. It's like the third book in this series, and I binged the first two. Like, I'm having so much fun with this. Like, if you like Sarah Hawley, I think you would really get into these. So I'm having a good time. And also I'm getting like so much work done. So this was like really nice just to have like 30 minutes where I'm focusing. But let's see where we left off in the comments. Maggie, how are you, my dear? Finished reading The Pariah by Anthony Ryan, 114 pages in Two Twisted Crowns. Fabulous. I hope you're enjoying. Reading You Like It Darker by Stephen King. Okay, so freaking good. Nice. Yeah, he's written a lot. He's very prolific. I definitely want to read more Stephen King this year. I have a few books already on my shelf I need to read. I really want to read Salem's Lot. Like, I really want to read it, but it's so long. That's the other thing about Stephen King. Some of his like biggest name books are like enormous. So I have to like work up to that one. Hey, Alicia, I'm glad you could come and hang out. Hey, darling, how are you? Are you back? Me, I'm glad you're back too. Oh, Piranesi by Susanna Clark. I've heard always good things about it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. One more chapter of What the River Knows. Fabulous. Love that. So I have this as an audiobook and an ebook. So in the ebook, I put my speed down because I wasn't actively reading along with it. So I'm on page 61. So I'm like 14% in of the book. I'm showing you a random page. I didn't know. This is the book. I'm having a good time with it. The thing is, I have the first 3 books from Audible because I was trying to use up my credits before I canceled my subscription. And the last 3 books of the series, mind you, I didn't know if I was going to like the series at all, but now I really like it. And the last 3 books are also Audible exclusive, which fucking sucks. I hate things with their Audible exclusive. And my library doesn't even have the ebooks. And I looked through Everand, I looked at Hoopla, I looked at whatever the other thing is, Libby. I looked at all of them, and no one has any of the last 3 ebooks. And I was like, the fuck is going on here? There's more books. Why don't you have them? So I was upset. But yeah, I'm gonna have to like download. I'm gonna have to buy them. I'm gonna have to buy the ebooks because I like them quite a bit. But I did save the money at least on the first 3. I don't have to buy those. But like, yeah, I want to buy the last 3. I don't want to. It's just like the audiobooks are so expensive, and I don't want to buy those. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Anyway, let's see where we are here. Kiss countdown tonight. Okay. Allegedly, that might be a book club pick for next month. Yeah. I mean, there's technically a tie, but I'm doing a tiebreaker in this instance. Hey, Larissa. Reading Sweep with me. Oh, okay. Lone Andrews. I love those. I'm glad. I haven't read that series yet. I know. I think the first was like Clean Sweep, right? I have it. I haven't read it. I don't know. I'm behind on everything in life, but I'm trying my best. You know, that's really all I can do. But anyway, hi. I got new headphones, and they're like nice ones. I got them for Christmas, and they're like fancy ones. And like, if I don't know, they're not so noise canceling that I can't hear anything. Like, I don't like those, the noise canceling headphones where like I can't hear at all anything that's going on around me because it freaks me out. I want to be able to at least hear loud noises that are happening. So like I got these, and they're pretty like snug on my ear. So they do block out a lot of like outside sound, but like I can still hear like if someone knocks on the door and stuff. So they're kind of a good middle ground of like a good over ear headphone that's not like so isolating. I don't know. I don't like them when they're so sound canceling because I have like a fancy pair of Bose like earbuds, but like those are insane. Like I can't hear anything when I have them in at all. And they're just earbuds. Yeah, I never use them just because like I can't. I need to be able to hear things in my life. But anyway, yeah, I've been reading this series. I've been like, yeah, I'm just like straight up binging it because I want to read happy books that make me happy because we live in a hellscape. Gotta do something to make your life better. So yeah, I've been reading happy books. I have some other stuff on deck for next month. But yeah, I'm still doing Mayfair Witches. And I'm gonna finish the season out. I think I don't know. I've heard there's 7 episodes and I've heard there's 8 episodes. I think there's probably 8 episodes. So that would take me to the first week of March. So it's going to be a few more weeks than this. They're taking the 9th off, which is the Super Bowl. So that's why I'm assuming why they're taking the 9th off because like no one's going to watch it when the Super Bowl's on. Also, it's my birthday. So I'm like, oh man, you're giving me my birthday off. I don't have to work all day. So for me, I'm like, oh, that's like a nice little bonus. So yeah, I get the 9th off, which is my birthday in the Super Bowl. I don't have any plans because I don't really like or care about my birthday, but it's nice to have a day off. So there's that. Hey, Jason, intense seeing their cat crawling all over you. Well, there you go. I mean, sometimes a cat needs to be there. Cats decide what they want when they want it. Buy the whole series? Holy moly. Okay. Like, I mean, I'm binging them, so I think it's a fair purchase. Like, you should. But, like, oh no, I don't want to be held responsible if you don't like them. But if you like Sarah Holly's like rom-com series, I think this is like a natural progression. So if you like that, you would definitely like this. Yeah, same. The world is awful enough. I want to read about this witch and this werewolf just trying to make it work. And like they're stupid and they're not together yet. And I know they're going to get together in the end. So I'll put up with them being dumb for a little bit. Then we'll get going where we need to go. I mean, yeah. It's I don't know. I like it. I just enjoy witchy things in general, and it has some things I do like. It's just a lot of the time I feel like it's just spinning its wheels and it's not as good as it could be. Because when it's really good, it's like really good. So occasionally they hit those right notes and it's like really interesting and I enjoy it. It's just like sometimes I'm like, oh my God, this is boring. So I don't want to say I hate it. I like it. It's just I think it could be better with some tweaks. Home team. Oh yes, the Eagles. I know I'm a Packers fan and I'm like knocked us out of the playoffs, but whatever. I'm glad. Loving the Mayfair. Okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I know I like it because it well also it's like I have to go back through like my notes I took when I was originally reading the books. It's been a couple of years. And I'm like, oh God, what happened in that book? Luckily I saved my notes I took when I was reading it so I can go back and be like, oh yeah, this one did this. Because sometimes I don't have all the answers, but luckily I have written like notes so I can go back and check them. So far, so good this season. We'll see where it's going to go. I made predictions in my last video that I think are going to be like pretty close. I would be surprised if I'm wrong. We'll see. Just need a little push. Yeah. Oh, okay, fabulous. Good. Then they're definitely fun at the very least. They're paranormal rom-coms and they're funny and they're smutty and the characters are likable. So at the bare minimum, you won't hate them. So I think it's fair that you'll at least like it. Yay. Yeah. I mean, I guess 10 is usually kind of standard for hour-long dramas nowadays, unless you're on, like, network TV, and then you're doing, like, 21 episodes a season, which is just really goddamn ridiculous, like, 21 hours of a season? That's so many episodes, like, I'm used to, like, 10 to 12, and they're doing 8, which I mean, I don't know. 8 might be the right amount. It depends, I guess, what the story is they're telling. And sometimes they spin their wheels, but sometimes they do good stuff. I don't know. I want to see I'm trying my best not to be too spoilery for content in here when I'm doing like the comparison. But like I'm gonna say some spoilers because I've read the book. Whatever. The books have been out for 30 years, okay? The time for spoilers has passed. But I'm trying my best not to be too spoilery, but there are some characters that get killed in the end of Lasher with a hammer, and I wanna see it. I don't know what that says about me as a human. Maybe I'm a villain. I don't know, but I wanna see a hammer time so bad. Although the person who was holding the hammer isn't in the show, but his, like, counterpoint is, and I'm like, if Sip grabs a hammer, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I wanna see that so bad if Sip grabs a hammer. I'm just saying it. Also, I haven't said this in any of my wrap-ups on the episodes, but, like, is it weird to anyone else when everyone refers to him as Sip, like Cyprian, that they use an S? Like, when you see a note, it says Sip, S-I-P, but, like, his name is Cyprian, that starts with a C. So shouldn't it be C-I-P? Like, why are they putting an S in there? Is his name Cyprian with an S? I've never seen it spelled like that. I'm pretty sure it's not. So why are they putting S's in? It bothers me. Because his name doesn't have an S in it at all. Like, every time you shorten it, they write, like, the word Sip. Anyway, that's just whatever. My 2 cents here on spelling. Where were we? Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I mean, usually they're there because they have to set up future things going on. And that episode, it's because they have changed so many, like, details and, like, character stories to make it fit into this story, which is kind of the same. It's like the same plot, but they're telling it differently because they've changed a bunch of things, like extenuating circumstances. Like Rowan's not around for most of the book because she's off in Europe. And also, it's really gross because Lasher impregnates her like multiple times and he's her son. So they're taking out a lot of the gross sex stuff, which I'm okay with because the plot itself is fine. And I didn't really like the ending of Lasher except for Hammer Time, which I thought was awesome. But Rowan's ending of Lasher was bullshit and I hated it. There was a lot of breastfeeding involved. It gets weird and they're not even going to introduce that character. One of the characters who dies at the end of Lasher isn't in the show, so they're definitely not dying. And I don't know. I don't know. Someone's getting hammered. I know it. They better because it's like such a cool thing. But then it's network. Well, it's not network. It's cable TV. I don't know if they can do it, but I'm hoping something cool will come of this. They did decapitation in Interview with the Vampire. They could do a hammer. I bet. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's some characters that they could have put in, like the whole Moira Mona thing. I'm glad that she has a counterpoint, but it could have just been Mona still and just had her be an adult rather than 13. Because I'm fine with Mona being in there. I like her as a character. The only problem I have is her age. If she was like 1920 in college, cool. You just had to change her name. You didn't have to like invent a character to stand in for her. I don't know. Some choices I'm just like, that's, I think you did too much. You could have just had it be Mona. But I don't know. They're changing characters around and then they're putting in some book Easter eggs sometimes. We'll see. We'll see where it's going. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Well, thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Yeah, unpredictable. So bad. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think we're gonna meet more Mayfair, past Mayfair witches, like at least in like flashback, or like small vignettes. I think we'll meet a few more of them, especially if we're going to go to Julian, because we're definitely going to meet like probably Catherine, his sister, Mary Beth, Stella, Marie Claudette, Marguerite. Like that's five. Oh. That is five witches that are all very related and part of Julian's story. So we might meet some of them. Maybe Antha. She was involved in the Hammer and she's a ghost. There's a lot of ghosts. You know what? The family, it's weird. Okay. Their family is a broom handle. There's not enough branches on their family tree. And they're all, and it's just, and there's ghosts. I could go down the rabbit hole on this. I mean, he's Harry Hamlin. You know, what are you going to do? You're going to get rid of Harry Hamlin? No. I understand why he's there. I mean, Cortland isn't really in the books. He's dead before it starts in like Witching Hour, the first book. He's already dead. He died when Roe was a baby. So, like, this is all new material. And it's boring, honestly. Like, it's his misogyny isn't even unique. It's just like, yeah, we've seen this before. And it sucks each time you see it. At least have it be nuanced. You know, it's just the same thing like, oh, I can't let women have more power than me. It's like, you could do a lot of things. I'm like, this is stupid. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, so I'll explain. In the book, at least, Rowan was pregnant with her husband's child. Um, which I guess I don't know. Cyprian was supposed to be kind of like a stand-in for that character. He was supposed to be two characters combined into one character. I'm starting to feel more like he's just supposed to be Aaron from the Talamasca and less Michael nowadays. But in the book, Rowan had a husband named Michael, and she was pregnant with their kid. And I think she was like fairly pregnant, like 4 or 5 months or so. And then Lasher took over like the fetus. He like possessed the fetus and it became his body and he like was it. Like, and then she went immediately into labor and birthed him and he grew into a full-size man baby. So it has a little bit of possession in it, but like there was a fetus he could take at that moment. So yeah, it was a real let's go in and get pushed right back out kind of a situation. But I mean, it's still, I like that the show let him grow like a little bit more gradually, because seeing a baby come out and immediately become full grown man would be so fucking weird and gross and weird. And they just couldn't do it. So at least they gave him like a week where he like leveled up and we saw him grow up a bit. I think there's a much more gradual change. But yeah, full grown man baby is just, it's too much. So I think it was better. Yeah, I wish he was better at it. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna be sneaky, be good at it, because he's not even good at it. Like he's not even that like. I'm sorry, his character makes me mad. Because it's just like, if you're good at under my people, be shady and have machinations, I want you to be Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, where you actually got some shit done and eventually got his head cut off because, you know, he fucked around and found out. But like, at least he was good at it. You know, he's just like a fucking wuss. And I'm just like, you're boring. You're boring. You're just like there. Anyway, I'm getting my blood pressure up about this. Let's do another sprint, because otherwise I'm going to go down a Mayfair Witches rabbit hole. Let me find Miles, our duck friend. There he is. All right, everybody, let's do a 30 and then we'll chat some more. Hello, everybody. Gently coming back from sprints. How did it go? Let's see. Sorry, I was like lost my place. Anyway, I don't know. I'm like probably page 85. I wasn't like moving pages. I was just listening while I was working. But hi, everybody. How is everyone's second sprint of the evening? Hey, Cassie, how are you? I'm glad you could make it. Yay. So it looks like a few more people just joined us. I have been reading, which is Get Stitches by Juliet Cross. I see I am almost done with chapter 8. But yeah, I don't know. I really like it. I've been binging them. It's a 6-book series, and this is book 3. So I don't know. I like it a lot. I've been having a good time, and it's just like perfect because it's not like heavy and sad and challenging. It's just like there's a witch and a werewolf, and like they're gonna fall in love for real. We all know it. So it's giving me life right now. Doing good. I mean, California was like literally on fire for a while, but luckily I'm survived and my house is okay. But it was pretty wild. And January has sucked a butt. It was really bad, but luckily it's almost over. Another 2 chapters. Great job, Molly. Finish a chapter and a halfway into the next. Fabulous, Jason. Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix. How are you liking it? I don't read a ton of Grady Hendrix. I've only think I read 2 things, and then I don't know. um, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Hunting Vampires had some content in it that really bothered me, and then I haven't read anything by him since. I don't know. It kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. It's just me being like weird about it because I'm sure it's fine. And it's just me like, like taken aback by something. But anyway, those were our 2 sprints for the night, everybody. I hope everyone got some stuff done and you're in a good mood because I kind of do these because I want to hang out with everybody and like smile and be happy because life is hard enough right now. We live in a capitalist hellscape. Let's all read books about vampires and witches fucking. That's all I need right now. And I always like coming here and hanging out with all of you because you make my life happy. So, anyway, on that note, I know there are some channel members and patrons in the chat. Friday's book club. We read The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong. I am very excited to talk about it with everybody. If you haven't read it, it's fine if you just want to come hang out for vibes because usually we talk about the book for like 30 minutes and then we just talk about whatever for the rest of the time. So come hang out. And then, yeah, I'll be back next Wednesday with more sprints. I'll be back Monday with the next recap for Mayfair Witches. So that's what's on the horizon at the moment. Yeah. I didn't hate Grady Hendrix until that one part of the book. About 30% in. Good. Okay. Yeah, I think it might just be that book, but it just like soured me. Like I haven't got over it yet. Eventually I'll probably try something else by him, but like like I don't know, it gives me heebie-jeebies. Anyway, on that note, thank you guys for coming to hang out with me. I'll be back next Wednesday for more sprints, but as always, thank you guys for hanging out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.